तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। My voice is better now. Hare Krishna. You're able to hear me better. So we will learn a shloka from the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. This comes right in the beginning of Bhagavatam. This shloka describes what are the three categories of people who are benefited by spiritual discussions, by Krishna Katha. Okay. So, Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Pruchrakam Srotrum Statpadasalilam Yatha. Okay, let's recite this line by line. First line. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha.
Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha, Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha, Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Purusham Strin Punatihi.
Purusham String Punatihi, Purusham String Punatihi, Purusham String Punatihi, Purusham String Punatihi. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranama.
Thank you, thank you. Next. Vaktaram Pruchrakam Shrotrom. Riyansh, you are reciting? Okay, Yashoda. Vaktaram Pruchrakam Shrotrom.
Vaktaram Prichakam Stotram Shotram Vaktaram Prichakam Shotram Vaktaram Prichakam Shotram.
Okay, next Hasini. Tatpadasalilam Yatha.
Tatpadasalilam Yata, Tatpadasalilam Yata, Tatpadasalilam Yata. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. Full shloka. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha.
Yes, Prabhuji. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shirotram Tatpadasalilam Yatha. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Chinmay.
वासुदेव कथा प्रश्न पुरुषं स्त्रीन् पुनातिः वक्तारं पृच्छकं श्रोत्रं तत्पादसलिलं यथा. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Pruchakam Shrutrum Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Next.
Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shotram Tatpadasalilam Yatha.
Hare Krishna. Next, Neelam Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prichakam Shotram Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I recite?
Yeah, please.
Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotram Tatpadasalilam Yata Yaha.
Okay,
Hare
good.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vidya Mataji.
वासुदेवा कदा प्रश्ना पुरुषं स्त्रीं पुनातिः वक्त्रं प्राचकं स्तोत्रं तत्पादा सलिलं यदा. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. Soumya Mataji.
वासुदेव कथा प्रश्नः
Purusham Strin Punatihi
पुरुषं स्त्रीन् पुनातिः
Vaktaram prachakam srotrums
वक्तारं प्रच्चकं स्तोत्रम्
tatpadasalilam yatha.
तत्पादासलिलं यथा सादर पुनमल प्रभुजी
Raghavendra Prabhu.
वासुदेव कथा प्रश्नः पुरुषां स्त्रीन् पुनातिः वक्तारं प्रच्चकं स्तोत्रं तत्पादासलिलं यथा हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणम
So let's hear the meaning of this shloka. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. Vasudeva is the Supreme Lord, Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva. He is all-pervading, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. Katha means the narrations about the Lord. Prashnaha means questions. So questions about the character and activities and pastimes of Lord Vasudeva is the meaning of the first line. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha. Purusham Strin Punatihi. Purusha means living beings, especially human beings. Purusha word is sometimes used to indicate the Lord, sometimes it is used to indicate a male, sometimes it is used to indicate any living being. Okay, so here Purusha refers to any human being, especially, okay, any living being who has a human body. So Purusham Strin, three type. Sometimes people may think that Purusham Stri means men and women. Not like that. Purusham refers to all people. Trin refers to three types of people. Punatihi. Punati means purify. So the questions about character and activities of Lord Vasudeva purify three types of people. Okay, who are the three types of people? So basically this means that whenever there are discussions on spiritual subject matters, people on spiritual subject matters, different people are purified and benefited. Who are they? Number one, Vaktaram. Vaktaram means those who speak. The speakers of Harikatha are purified. Number two, Prachakam. People who ask questions about Krishna, they are purified. Just like in this assembly of Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami and so many other sages. Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, Parikshit Maharaj is hearing. Sometimes Parikshit Maharaj asks questions. He asks, I would like to know the pastimes of Krishna. Can you please explain these pastimes in detail? And sometimes he would ask, how did the Supreme Lord Vishnu create this entire cosmos? I would like to know. So in this way, Parikshit is asking so many questions and Sukadeva Goswami is answering the questions. As soon as Sukadeva Goswami came and sat on Vyasasan, it is Parikshit Maharaj who gave him the topics to speak. Right? He did not come and sit and start Bhagavad Katha. So he sat and our Parikshit Maharaj asked, my dear Sukadeva Goswami, I am very grateful to you for coming to me when I only have 7 days to live. Because Lord Krishna is very dear to Pandavas, he has great love and affection for Pandavas, he has arranged you to come to me so that I can hear Bhagavatam. Because I am connected to Pandavas, that's why the Lord is showing some special affection upon me. So he is grateful. And he asked, can you please answer my 2 questions? How to live in this world and how to leave this world. So what a person is supposed to do throughout one's life and what a person is supposed to do at the time of departure from this world. So 2 questions he asked. Entire Bhagavatam is in one sense a response to these 2 questions, how to live and how to leave. Okay, so like that, so many questions he keeps asking. So Parikshit Maharaj asks and Sukadeva Goswami speaks. So these discussions, questions about Lord Vasudeva's character and activities purify 3 types of people. Who are they? Number 1, Vaktaram, the speaker. In this context, Sukadeva Goswami. Prachakam, the inquirer, means one who he asks questions. 3, Shrotrums. Shrotrum means one who hears. Now Parikshit is asking questions, Sukadeva Goswami is answering questions, and there are so many other people in the assembly. They are also hearing, right? In any temple, when Bhagavatam classes happen, so speaker is speaking. At the end, there are question and answer. There is question and answer session. So somebody asks question and the speaker will answer. There are 10 other people sitting or 100 other people sitting. They also become benefited. Okay. 3 categories: the speaker, the hearer, and the inquirer, or the question asker. So how an example is given? 3 types of people are benefited and purified. An example is given. Tat pada salilam yatha. Tat refers to the Lord. He. Pada means his lotus feet. Pada salilam. Salilam means water. Just like water that washed the lotus feet of the Lord becomes river Ganga and purifies the 3 worlds, similarly, the river of Krishna Katha, Vasudeva Katha, purifies 3 types of people. So Ganga emanates from the lotus feet of the Lord and purifies 3 worlds. Means it comes from the upper planets to lower planets, middle planet and lower planets. Just like when Vamanadev lifted his divine lotus foot, he pierced the coverings of the universe. And the waters of the causal ocean came through the coverings of the universe inside the universe. And when Vamanadev lifted his foot, Lord Brahma washed that foot, upraised foot of Lord Vamanadev with water in his own kamandalu. And that water just came as Ganga. It came to upper planets, from there to lower planets. So like that, Ganga purifies all the 3 worlds. And Ganga river is considered the liquid form of Lord Narayana. When Lord Narayana accepts a liquid form, water form, he accepts so many forms, right? So he accepts the form of hog, the form of a tortoise, form of fish. Like that, he accepts so many forms. He accepted another form, liquid form, that is Ganga. And that Ganga carries the Pada Salilam, right? Pada Salilam means the water that washed his feet. So because Ganga is emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, the Tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet, they mix with Ganga. So Ganga Devi, Ganga river carries the flavor of Tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's feet. And Ganga also carries the dust from Krishna's lotus feet. So there are various purifying effects of Ganga. So Tat Pada Salilam Yatha. Just like Ganga purifies all the 3 worlds, Krishna Katha, the river of Krishna Katha, purifies all the 3 planetary systems. All the 3 types of people. By the way, if you compare a holy river with the holy narrations of Krishna, they seem similar, but actually speaking, the river of Krishna Katha is more purifying than a holy river. Definitely the holy river is purifying, because holy river purifies the sinful reactions of people, but Krishna Katha purifies the sinful propensities of people. Because of a sinful mentality, people commit sinful activities. And because of sinful actions, people get sinful reactions. Okay. So when one hears Krishna Katha, what happens is the sinful mentality is curtailed, is diminished, because there is no sinful mentality, there is no sinful action, there is no sinful reaction. So to purify our consciousness, we need to hear Harikatha. So there are so many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam that describe the purifying effect of hearing Harikatha. When we hear pure spiritual subject matters from authorized sources, that will have a great purifying impact on our consciousness. Several devotees, when they perform some tapasya or meditation and worship and get the darshan of the Lord, while standing in front of the Lord, these devotees pray that, my dear Lord, please give us the association of devotees so that we can hear Krishna Katha in their association. Okay, that's what they say. Dhruva Maharaj, he performed tapasya for 6 months in Madhuvan. And after 6 months, Lord Vishnu came in front of him. What did Dhruva Maharaj say? Bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvaime prasango bhuyadananta mahatam amalashyanam yenanja solbanamuro vyasanam bhavabdhim neshye bhavad gunakatham mritapana. Dhruva Maharaj said that, oh Lord, I want the opportunity to associate with your devotees and hear pastimes of yourself, your divine self from them. Bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvaime prasango. In the association of devotees, there is a pravaha of bhakti, of Krishna Katha. So when that river of Krishna Katha is flowing, pravaha means flow. When the powerful Krishna Katha is flowing, and when you are bathing in that river of Hari Katha, you will be purified from all sinful propensities, not only sinful reactions, even sinful desires are also gone. We discuss in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also, because of material desires, kama, there is karma. She says, right? Kunti Maharani says, she says, Bhavesmin klishyamananam avidya kama karma bhihi Shravana smaranarhani karishyan iti kechana. Bhavesmin klishyamananam. People in this world undergo so many difficulties because of what? Avidya, ignorance. That avidya leads to kama, material desires. And kama leads to karma, material actions. And karma leads to klesha, material reactions or difficulties. So when you hear Harikatha, avidya is gone, kama is gone, karma is gone, klesha is gone. Okay, all four things are gone. Avidya, kama, karma, bhihi, and klesha. Klesha means difficulty. All four are gone when you hear Harikatha. Shravana smaranarhani. When you hear Krishna Katha in the association of devotees, that will inspire you to hear more. Just like Narada Muni in his past life, he was a small child, 5-year-old boy. So he sat next to the sages called Bhakti Vedantas, and they were discussing about Krishna, and Narada Muni was hearing them and he's serving them. By hearing, he developed more taste for hearing. You hear one story of Krishna, you feel like hearing more stories of Krishna. Does it happen to you sometimes? You are not satisfied with hearing one story, but you are excited to hear more stories. So like that, by hearing little bit of Harikatha, you will get inspired to hear more. The more you hear, the more you are purified. The more you are in spiritual consciousness, the less you are in material consciousness. The more you develop spiritual desires to serve Krishna, the less you have material desires to enjoy in this material world. So our heart becomes purified, more and more purification. So by hearing, you get purified. And once you hear, you also develop some affinity to speak, to share with others. After Shravanam, there is Kirtanam. Kirtanam is not just taking a kartal, harmonium and mridanga and singing. Kirtan also means glorifying the Lord. Kirtan basically means glorification. That glorification can be done in the form of singing or in the form of speaking also. Praising the Lord. So you praise the Lord. So when you learn something about the Lord, you start sharing it with others. So thus you, by speaking, you internalize the subject matter more. You realize it better. You understand it better. Because without sufficient understanding, you cannot speak to others, you cannot teach others, isn't it? So you learn and you teach. You hear and you speak. You read and you share. So hearing can also be equated to with writing, with reading. And means Shravanam can mean hearing also, reading also. In both ways you are learning. And Kirtanam includes both speaking and writing. So you can put something in the form of writing. Prabhupada has encouraged his devotees to write. Okay, our students, Krishna conscious students, should read and study the subject matter nicely and understand it and reproduce it in the form of articles. Okay, so Prabhupada encourages a lot. I can share that if you want later. So you hear and you speak, and you also ask questions. Three types of people are purified, right? One is Vaktaram, speaker. Second is Prachakam, inquirer. Srotram is hearer. So when you're reading or hearing, you get some questions. Then you act as Prachakam, inquirer. So by relevant inquiries in front of a guru, we get more and more understanding of spiritual subject matters. That's why Krishna says, Tad Dvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya Pariprashna means enquiry, relevant enquiry. So by inquiring also, you become purified. The very fact that you are making an inquiry or asking a question about Krishna shows that you are interested in spiritual subject matters, interested to go to the spiritual world, interested to understand the Lord. Many people have many interests. Some people have interests in knowing the costing of grocery. Prabhupada says, iska bhav kya hai? Iska bhav kya hai? Means how much is the cost of this item, that item. Yeah, whole every day begins with some questions. What am I supposed to do? What is my to-do list? Okay, and like that, there are so many questions that come in the minds of people in a average day. But the best question is that question about the glories of the Lord. When we are making inquiries about the Lord's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, these are most relevant inquiries, most beneficial inquiries that purify our consciousness. Just the questions are so purifying. When the sages of Naimisharanya asked questions to Sutta Goswami replied by first appreciating their questions. He said, Munayah sadhu prishtoham bhavadbhir lokamangalayhi. Sadhu prishtoham, he asked a very good question. In fact, the speaker, Sutta Goswami, is feeling grateful to all the sages of Naimisharanya for asking such good questions. Because when a good hearer, good devotee asks some very good, pertinent, relevant questions, thoughtful questions, the speaker gets an opportunity to meditate on that subject and then speak answers in an authentic manner. So, you see in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are so many pairs of hearers and speakers. Would you like to say, instead of me saying, who are some hearer-speaker pairs in Bhagavatam? One is Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit, that we know. Anyone else? Yes, Hasini?
Kapila and Devakuti Prabhu.
Excellent. Kapila and Devahuti. Kapila is speaking, Devahuti is hearing. Yes, Karthik, Kamakshi.
Sut Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya.
Sutta Goswami and sages of Naimisharanya. Next, Kirtida.
Prabhuji, I thought of saying the same thing.
Oh, same thing. Anyone? New thing? Krishiva?
Prabhuji, Vidura Maitreya.
Vidura Maitreya. Very good. Anyone else? Any other speaker, hearer combination in Bhagavatam? Yes, Divya Krishna, you have any answer?
Prabhuji, Narada Muni and Prachina Bari.
Ah, very good. Narada Muni and Prachina Barhi. Excellent. Next, anyone else? Chinmai, you know something?
Narada Muni and Vyasadev.
Very good. Narada Muni and Vyasadeva is good combination. Anyone else? Yashoda, you didn't say anything? Okay, Kamakshi.
Prabhuji, Narada Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Narada Muni and Yudhishthir Maharaj, very good. In the 7th canto of Bhagavatam. And we also have, yeah, Yashoda, you want to say something?
Prabhu, Maitreya and Vidura.
Yeah, that Krishiva said, someone said. So, we also have combinations of Brahmaji speaking to Narada Muni. We have combinations of Krishna speaking to Uddhava, the entire Uddhava Gita. Yes, Karthik, any more questions? Any more combinations?
Lord Krishna speaking to Brahma at the beginning of the creation.
Chatushloki Bhagavatam, his original speaker. He spoke entire Bhagavatam in 4 shlokas, correct. Hasn't you have more?
Prabhu Krishna and Arjuna.
Okay, that's in Bhagavad Gita. That's also a good example. So like that, there are so many hearer-speaker combinations. So you can also make hearer-speaker combinations. You speak to your friend, then you become the speaker, the friend becomes the hearer. And sometimes friend speaks and then you hear. He is the speaker and you are the hearer. So like that, there is a good combination of hearers and speakers. By doing that, we become purified. Both will become purified. Machitta, madgata prana, bodhayantaha parasparam. And there is another beautiful sloka. Paraspara anukathanam pavanam bhagavadyashah. Paraspara anukathanam. When we discuss about Krishna, paraspara mutually, pavanam, that will make us pavanam. Pavanam is purified. That will purify us. Bhagavad Yashaha, because we are discussing the glories of Krishna, we become purified. So the process of purifying our hearts from all unwanted qualities and anarthas is to discuss Harikatha, to focus our minds on the pastimes of the Lord, either by asking questions, or by speaking, or by hearing. 3 ways. Vakta, you act as a Vakta, sometimes speaker. You act as a Prachaka, an inquirer. You act as a Shrota, means hearer. All 3 ways are purifying. So with this we'll conclude. It's 7:59. So Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any more recitations? Kirtida, let's begin with you only.
Yes, Prabhuji. Vasudeva Katha Krishna Purusham Strin Punatihi
Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotrum
Vaktaram Prachakam Stotrum Tatpadam Salilam Yatam.
Very good. Next, Shubha Prasanna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotrum Tatpada Salilam Yatha.
Next.
Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Stri Punatihi Vaktaram Prichakam Srotram Tatpadam Salilam Yata. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Shatarupa Madhavi.
वासुदेव कदा प्रश्नः पुरुषः त्रिं पुनतिः वक्तारं प्रच्छकं स्तोत्रं तत्पादसलिलं यदा. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranam.
Dhanalakshmi Madhavi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad pranam. Vasudeva kada prashnah purusham strim punatihi vaktaram prachakam shrotrim tatpada salilam yata. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Next, Karthik.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad pranam. Vasudeva Katha Krishna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Stotram Tatpada Salilam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Tin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Stotram Tatpada Salilam Yatha.
Okay, next, Venkatadri.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Vasudeva Katha Prashnaha Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Srotram Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank
you. Sudarshan.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusha Stri Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Sotram Tatpada Salilam Yata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad pranam.
Next.
Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Trini
Purusham Strin Punatihi
Purusham Trin Punahiti Vaktaram Prachakam
Stotrams
Tatpada Salilam Yata.
Okay, thank you. Vrinda Mataji. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Yashoda.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Strin Punatihi Vaktaram Prichakam Shotram Tatpada Salilam